Wednesday afternoon. For some of our friends, it is a Wednesday evening for those joining us on the opposite coast. So thank you for taking an hour out of your day to come hear us talk about Rays of Hope, our monthly giving rebrand. This is a really exciting project. We're really excited to share with you all. So it means a lot to have you all here. And of course, throughout the meeting, if you have any questions, feel free to drop those in the chat. We're going to have some time to hopefully answer those at the end. But any questions that don't get answered now, we will reach out throughout the day tomorrow. All righty, so just a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today. Of course, we're going to introduce ourselves. I'm going to go ahead and take you through the journey of giving children hope so you can learn a little bit more about us, our mission, what we do. You'll hear some amazing words from our CEO, Pete Bowen, and then you'll finally get the explanation why we're choosing to rebrand, how we came up with our new logo, and then a very special guest donor will come on at the end to share their experience with giving children hope and why they chose to get involved. All right, so a few members of our team, certainly not everybody on the team, but our CEO, Pete Bowen, Marius Marza is our Director of Operation, Chelsea Bergfeld, our Director of Advancement, and Elia Perez is our Director of Programs. So each member of our leadership team really paves the way for us at Giving Children Hope to, one, be excited to come to work, but to also give us really cool opportunities to take charge on doing rebrands such as this. So a team is only as strong as their leader. So I definitely think at GCH, we're lucky to have a great team to support us in what we do. So the team behind this whole rebrand is going to be the advancement department. And we have Jacob Wilson, our grants and systems manager. Myself, I'm the advancement coordinator. I'll be your point of contact for any Rays of Hope questions you might have. Shannon Hanafi Mahaffey is our volunteer coordinator. So any questions you have on volunteerism, feel free to reach out to Shannon. She's also on this call today, keeping track of all those questions that you might be asking so we don't miss anybody. Sam Ellert is the newest addition to our advancement team. She's our marketing coordinator. She's been a real power player on this rebrand. You'll get to see some of the amazing artwork that she's been working on for us coming up later in the PowerPoint. And last but not least, Adriana Pauly, our grants coordinator. She is all the way on the other side of the country, but we are very lucky to have her as part of our team. Right, so our mission, I know we have a lot of people who are familiar with Giving Children Hope on this call, whether you're a donor or a volunteer, or maybe just heard about us through the grapevine. But a little bit of information about us. We are a faith-based nonprofit located in Orange County, Buena Park to be a bit more specific. And our mission is to help families out of a cycle of need onto a path of self-sustainability and success. We've been practicing that for 31 years now. We had a really exciting 30th year last year, and we're really excited for the next 30. We have three main pillars that we live by every day when we come into the office, and that's to seek wisdom, practice love, and get results. We firmly believe that we are never done growing, that we're never done learning, and that's something we really try to bring into our community. And I think it really shows with rebrands such as this that we're always willing to grow, we're always willing to evolve, and we're really leaning on our community to help us learn and evolve. So if y'all have any advice, anything, this is a growing process. It's not just us as a staff. We really want to bring our community in to help us grow. And with that comes practicing love. We come into the office every day loving what we do and really loving the people and the families that we get to serve. And it's those two things that help us get results. If we're always willing to grow and we're always willing to learn and we're doing it with the best of intentions and practicing that love, then we're just really going to thrive and succeed as an organization. And that in turn is going to help the community around us. So we were founded about 31 years ago. Our founder went to Europe and saw the need that children were having for basic necessities, whether that was medical supplies, food, housing essentials. So when he came back to Orange County, he really wanted to start a program that could not only help families here, but families overseas. We have ebbed and flowed a lot in those 31 years, and now we have really rebranded to look at the needs of our immediate community. So from what used to be about 11 programs, I think we've narrowed it down to 3 that we're really passionate about and really excited about, and we know that we can do really, really well. So those 3 programs are our We've Got Your Back program, our distribution center and welcome home, and our parent leadership program. Our We've Got Your Back program is probably the one our donors and volunteers are the most familiar with. That is our food distribution program. It's a nutrition program serving food insecure families in Southern California, and we have two different routes at which we can do that. We have our backpack program and our Friday distribution. So as an organization, we noticed that when kids go to school, they have the option to sign up for programs that allow them to have breakfast, lunch provided through the school systems, but they weren't necessarily given that luxury on the weekends. And we want all children being happy and healthy going to school on Monday morning with nutritious food in their bellies. So we wanted to find a way to combat that and to help that. So our backpack program and our Friday distribution, we found were the best way to do that. For our backpacks, students can sign up directly through the schools, and we will get a backpack full of non-perishable goods and deliver that directly to the schools for the kids to take home with them on the weekends. And that really helps for families that maybe don't have a way to get to our campus for that Friday distribution or don't have the transportation, have jobs. It's a way to work around that. For our Friday distribution, it's one of our favorite volunteer activities that we have. Families can come directly to our campus for a drive-through model, and we will load their cars full with produce, baked goods, really anything that you find at the grocery store. So both of those programs are designed to sustain a family of 4 for the weekend. Our distribution center and welcome home. We have some really amazing community partners that help us get returned items from Costco, Amazon, Target that will get delivered directly to our organization. We have lovely volunteers that will come and help us sort those products to make sure that they are quality that we can give out to our community. And we have about, I think, 300 plus nonprofit partners that we pair with that then can come to our campus, look at what we have, and distribute it to the families that they serve, whether it's homeless shelters or foster care, churches, ministries. We really are able to expand that reach through our partners. A new program with our distribution center that we're really excited about is our welcome home packages. We noticed that there was a need for furnishings in apartments. One of our examples is this past summer, we were working with Olive Crest, which is a foster care system. They had 2 girls that were graduating out of the foster care, and they were given a housing voucher, but they didn't have anything to furnish the apartment. So through a lovely church sponsor, we were able to get those girls everything that they need to make that house a home. So whether that was blankets, cleaning supplies, towels, kitchenware, anything that you really need to make that house a home, we were able to provide for those girls.
If you're not good at the acquiring, then
And then,
constantly be focusing on deploying
hi,
because you're hiring
hey,
people who are
Chrissy, I
creative.
think we might
So
be
then you don't
unmuted.
really work at your onboarding and your training development. At some point,
Thank you. Sorry about that. And then our last program is one of our newer programs, our parent and student leadership. So once that basic necessities have been met, the parents enrolled in our We've Got Your Back program have the opportunity to come to our campus to learn lessons such as financial literacy and nutritional literacy, really those lessons that take you from surviving to thriving, and leadership skills that will help our families when we go out into the workforce. And we're really excited for springtime because we're going to be launching a new facet of that, which will be student leadership. All righty, and now I'm going to kick it over to our CEO, Pete Bowen, and he is going to have some amazing words for y'all.
So welcome everybody. Some of you I know, some of you are new to me, but thank you for being here. This is a big deal for Giving Children Hope. For 30 years, Giving Children Hope was like a lot of nonprofits, doing a lot of really good work, but always, on the edge of what they were doing. I was on the board for a while. We lost the previous CEO. I was asked to be the interim CEO while we found a new one, and ended up in the CEO position about 3 years ago. We really took a deep look at Giving Children Hope. We looked hard at who we were, where we were. We had 11 employees, 20 programs. We'd purchased 3 computers in 20 years. So we really worked hard over the last 3 years to become a really professional nonprofit, one that goes from where a lot of nonprofits are just by their nature to one that can not just provide great services, but also collect data and make moves forward. We don't want to just provide people with food. We want to really help those people get out of that position of poverty. So we narrowed the programs from 11 down to 3 that we could really focus on and that we'd had success with. So I'll give you the example of Angie. Angie, about 10 years ago, had hit pretty hard times. She'd moved in with her mother. She and her 2 young children at the time were sleeping on the floor of her mother's living room. And she was just looking for a way to get her life restarted. She noticed that at her daughter's pre-K, that when the kids turned 5, they could, as part of the school could sign them up for the We've Got Your Back program. So she was really excited. Her oldest turned 5. She signed up for the We've Got Your Back program. She later then, not long after that, took a role, happened to get a position at Giving Children Hope through a state program to run forklifts. So she was a forklift operator with 2 kids still living on her mom's floor. Over time, she became the assistant manager during that time of the warehouse. During that time, she got her own place, a 3-bedroom place with her kids. Her kids are really doing well now. She has since then become the warehouse manager. That and some of our partner companies, what we realized was these partner companies of ours have supervisors working there, some of them making $150,000, $160,000 a year without a high school diploma. And the reason they were able to move into those positions out of that cycle of need and into that success was because they were good leaders, naturally good leaders who built high trust relationships. And so as a way to help people out of that poverty, not just give them food and hope for the best, we really started emphasizing our leadership programs. Angie's an example. We've hired 3 people out of our leadership programs, not because they were looking for jobs and we needed somebody, but because they interviewed and they were the best people for those roles. And they do play leadership roles where we are. Others have gone on and succeeded. Some have even purchased homes. So our goal is to really focus on developing a community of people that happens to include staff members, volunteers. It also includes people that just like Giving Children Hope and want to be part of the process. And if we focus on leadership, like student leadership, and we give them the leadership tools where they can build the high trust relationships that bring happiness and success, then we can actually best position them for success in life. Most of them will never be able to catch up with people who live in rich areas and get all the degrees and all of that kind of thing. That's a big trek, but they can develop the leadership skill sets that act as a catalyst for that. And so as our first student leadership program goes next week, our parent leadership program is already fairly mature. So we use the leadership to run the other programs. Those become opportunities for people to practice their leadership that we can document and then position them to be hired and break out of that cycle of need. We need your help on this. We need the help of the community. There's no founder here who's got a big ego and directs everything. This is a real community process. So we all have different roles that we play. I started off as a donor. I ended up becoming a board member. Right now, I'm rolling in, functioning as the CEO, helping build up Giving Children Hope and build up the leadership programs so that we can prepare the next generation of leaders to do this. Our leadership programs are open to everybody, not just people who are trying to get out of poverty, not just our staff who practices this daily, but we're opening it up to everybody in the community that wants to participate. Next generation, older people. We do consulting with CEOs of $200 million companies. So the support we need support to build this thing out. We need, and we came up with the monthly giving program as a sustainable way that we could build sustain rapport so that we can sustain these programs in the long term. And that word sustain, you've heard me use 3 times. It's all about building a community that people can depend on and trust. So we ask, hey, please join the, we're going to ask you to please join the monthly giving program, but also to contribute your skills, your connections, and invite people to be to be part of this community too. I'll finish it with this. There's a lot of younger people, and a lot of us that are older thought this way when we were younger, about how do we change the world to be a better place. And there's a lot of focus on changing the systems and the politics and all of that stuff. But in reality, if we want to make the world a better place, we've got to get into communities like Giving Children Hope and challenge each other to become better people and to grow together and seek wisdom together, to practice love for each other and for other people together, and to get results. And those results are when you've got really good people who are committed to each other and growing, the community blossoms. And that's when we have the maximum impact on helping other people and really having that impact on the world. So we're excited about where Giving Children Hope is moving in the future, and we hope you join us and encourage people you know to join us. Thanks. I'm sorry, let me throw one other thing here. Lindsay, thanks. This is an example of the last 4 years. I started in January of 2021, so halfway through that 2020-2021 year. You'll see that this is just our fundraising, and our fundraising revenues have gone up every year. It may look at the bottom that this year, our fiscal year goes from July through June, so we're halfway through it. It may look like 277 is less than 311. And it may look that 1.5 is less than 1.9, but we're excited because we're on the track, I think, this year to get over $2 million in fundraising. And again, that's a community of people coming together to get excited about this mission of getting people out of poverty for real in a way that we can replicate and teach to other nonprofits and do that. So as we say, join the journey. Life's a journey. We're all in this thing together. Please come on board and bring your talent and ideas, and we'd love to engage them. Thank
Awesome. Thank you so much, Pete. I think it's really amazing to see the growth that we've had as an organization over the past 4 years. I know it's not easy to grow a nonprofit, but it's cool to see the progress. So now the big question, why rebrand? A lot of reasoning went behind this. About 6 months ago in October, the advancement team kind of sat down and realized that we were missing out on a big source of renewable income. Our monthly giving program is something that we can rely on consistently every month. We love and are so grateful for our grants and our one-time donations, but that's iffy whether or not we're going to get that year after year. So our monthly revenue is sustainable and we can count on that every single month. So we want to put our time, our energy, our effort, and our love into that program. So a few months ago, we completely started from the ground up and we switched our fundraising platform. We wanted our donors to have a lot more freedom in how they choose to give their money. This new platform is going to allow us to choose how we want those funds allocated. If we're really passionate about our We've Got Your Back program, then you can give your monthly donation there. If you want it to go towards our general projects, towards operations, you can do that as well. This, as an internal team, will also allow us to enhance our capabilities for our campaigns. If we're hosting more events throughout the years or want to do a 24-hour donation that we're going to be doing a little bit later in the year. So it's going to give us a lot more freedom to expand our reach and how we fundraise. And we also want to create a community within our monthly donors that brings a sense of community. Our pledge is to be able to offer a lot more consistent communication throughout the year to really show our donors that we're so grateful that you're here with us and you're on our team. We really couldn't do this mission without having you all here. And we want you to feel that you're on this journey with us. It's not just staff here that are working in the office 40 hours a week. You're on this journey too. You're a big part of our mission, and we want our donors to feel that. And we also wanted to connect our branding to this new monthly giving logo. So in the top corner there, you can see some of that amazing artwork that Sam has been working on. That's our new Rays of Hope logo. We wanted that brand recognition. We want it to tie into our Giving Children Hope logo that you can see there on the bottom left hand of the screen. The Giving Children Hope logo has those 7 triangles there that represent the 7 days of the week that we serve. So those are 7 rays of the sun. So when rebranding, when thinking of names for this new monthly giving program, we came up with Rays of Hope because we truly believe that our monthly donors are rays of hope in this community, that y'all are truly lighting the way for a better tomorrow for the families in our community and this organization as a whole. We chose that yellow in the middle because it symbolizes energy and joy and happiness and friendship. So really that yellow brings in a sense of community and promise for a brighter future. And that's really what we want to convey with this new monthly giving program. And our goal overall is to really connect better with our monthly givers and to create a sustainable revenue stream that we can rely on month after month. So with that new fundraising platform we talked about, this is what that new donor portal will look like. As I said before, we really want our donors to have freedom with their funds and not just feel like they're being pigeonholed into one thing. So when you donate with Rays of Hope, you'll get your own portal like this. You'll have a prompt to log in, and through this page, you'll be able to control pretty much your entire account. You have the option to go into your contribution history if you want to change where that fund is being allocated, if you want to change how much you're giving, if you even want to change that card on file. Something really cool about this new platform is you don't necessarily even have to put a card on file if you prefer to go through PayPal or your bank. It's really just opening that up for our donors to have a bit more control and a bit more freedom. And as I said, we really want to personalize that communication with our donors. So we've been working really hard on putting together a donor timeline. So a little bit about that. Once our donors commit to monthly giving, you'll receive a welcome package in the mail. If you're already a donor with us, you might have already received that package. It comes with a welcome letter and a nice little enamel pin to welcome you to the community, something to really bring us all together, like a cool little club. And once you join our monthly giving community, then you'll receive early access to ticketed events and even discounted tickets to some of the events that we have going on. On a monthly basis, we want to provide our donors with an article that we're calling What We're Reading. We're really excited about this because as an organization, we're always looking to grow and to learn and to expand our knowledge within our mission. And we want to bring our GCH community on that journey with us. So once a month, you'll be receiving via email an article, What We're Reading, that will have different articles that we're reading here as a team and even pieces of literature that we've been reading as well. So that way we can all continue on this journey together. And of course, we're going to be putting on our social media some donor spotlights for some of our monthly donors. After 60 days of being in the program, you're going to be receiving personalized communication from GCH team members. If that's a phone call, a thank you card, something to just say, hey, we see you, we're here with you. Thank you for being on this journey with us. 90 days in, you'll be receiving a thank you from our Director of Advancement, Chelsea. And after 1 year, we're going to send you a big thank you welcome package. We're so grateful to have you for a year, and we're so excited to have you for the next. And after that 1 year finishes, then that communication doesn't end. We promise to continue that communication, those monthly What We're Reading articles, donor spotlights, thank you calls, thank you cards. We want to stay in contact. We realize that a big part of fundraising is about building those really meaningful relationships. And we really want to cherish those relationships that we have with our monthly donor community. All righty. So before we go on to our very special guest speaker, I just want to share with you a story from Sherry Jones. Sherry Jones is a longtime volunteer with us. She came to our organization in 2022 as part of her company's volunteer group. She works for Starbucks and was the one in charge of organizing those volunteer activities. So Sherry chose to bring her crew to Giving Children Hope for a Friday distribution. And that crew kept coming back as often as possible. And before you knew it, Sherry was coming on her own just to spend time with the staff and to be a part of that Friday distribution. When we had our fundraiser this past September, we were thinking of community partners to invite, and Sherry was one of the first people that we thought of. So we invited Sherry to our fundraiser, and at the end of the night, we did a paddle raise to join our monthly giving community, and Sherry's paddle was one of the first ones in the air. A few months later, I reached out to her to ask why. You've been donating your time with us for so long. What made you want to jump from being a volunteer to a monthly donor? And she shared with me that the stories of women you have helped with financial education, meal planning, and parenting were extremely moving and made me want to do more. So this is a woman who got to know us as a team, got to know our programs, got to see the families that we serve, and just felt inspired and compelled to be involved on a deeper level. And so now I am very excited to share with you another volunteer turned donor in our community. Chrissy Rangel has been donating with us or volunteering with us for quite some time, I think even longer than I've been a GCH staff member. And recently, this past September, decided to start donating with us as well. So Chrissy is here, she's on the call, and she's going to share her GCH journey with us. I think you're on mute, Chrissy. Can you hear us?
So sorry, technical difficulties.
That is A-okay. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it.
No, thank you guys. You guys are so amazing. My apologies because everybody heard my HR class. So that was my moment that went in. But this is so important to me that I had to talk to my professors and say, hey, I need to be able to get out of this because this is an organization that matters to me, and I am more than thankful for the opportunity to share my volunteer experience with all of you and your experience.
Good. So tell us a bit how you found us in the first place.
Fantastic. Can everybody hear me okay? No problems with audio?
Here, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, just wanted to make sure. So, well, basically, I am part professionals in Orange County. And at that time, I'm going to take you on a beautiful story. Hold on, I don't know, there's music in the background. Give me 1 second. I don't know. It's not okay. My phone decided to not be funny anymore. Let's go ahead and continue. My apologies for the commercials. Okay, I'll back. Anyways, let me take you on a story. When I started volunteering with Young Catholic Professionals, my grandmother was so proud of me. She's like, I'm glad that you're a part of this organization. So how do you guys impact the community? And I was like, well, we work with other business members to go ahead and create relationships and kind of look at work and faith. And she's like, that's great. But I'm not talking about those relationships. I'm talking about how do you affect regular people? Because when I was your age, I was going ahead and putting together kits for families. Are you doing that? And I was like, no, Grandma, I'm not doing that. So, okay, but you must be involved in caring for kids, looking towards their education, making donations so that they have supplies to go to school. You're doing that, right? And I was like, no, Grandma, I am not doing that. So that all made me think in the sense that it's important when you involve yourself in an organization to be a part of something that's actually giving back, and then you can see what is happening. And in that, it came out to the perfect opportunity that I met Carlos Ranco, and then he asked me the same questions. What is your organization doing? And I don't want to know, what are you guys? I don't want to know, how many people or members you have. I want to know, where is the impact? Where are the real people that you are changing their lives, that you're being tangible with? And I have an organization that I think you want to take a look at. And that got me. And so I was like, okay, I want to hear about Giving Children Hope. But then I went ahead and I started my volunteer process. And I have been volunteering for 2 years. And through this time period, the first thing I was looking at was who's involved in the organization. And to my surprise, at every event that I went to, it was boots on the ground, from whoever was organizing the volunteers, to whoever was moving the pallets, to whoever was just making sure that the activities were done at the correct time. Everybody was boots on the ground. And you do not see that in an organization. You always see that there's a little bit of like, if somebody else can do this job, I'm going to step back. Not a Giving Children Hope. That impressed me. The next thing is, as I was going through the community, creating rounds and goodwill relationships, I saw Lindsay and Chelsea at every single event, letting people know the awesome work that Giving Children Hope was doing. Because again, not only is it a small community that is giving within the community, but also reaching out to let others know of how they can participate and be good neighbors, and how we can work together to make this world kind of what we would love it to be. And that again surprised me. And so as I'm going through these experiences and I'm on my volunteer journey, I am realizing that this is something that I want to be a part of, that in goodwill can only take you so far. Hands and boots are important, but also making an impact and being able to do that on a regular basis requires a quantity of discipline that I needed to consider and say, you know what, I think I want to do this. Well, in the process of making those decisions, one of the experiences that really hit me hard was one of the opportunities when we were packing food in cars and seeing the families. And I mean, this is really what hit me. When you all of a sudden engage with children, with moms, with dads, with grandmas, and you see how thankful they are for the services that you're giving them, but most importantly, how they treat each other and the relationship between those grandkids and their grandmothers. Oh, I'm gonna cry because it reminded me of my relationship with my grandmother. My grandmother has since passed away. And I love the opportunity to give back to people that already have the most important things in life, those relationships with people that love them. For anybody that's in any nonprofit organization, we understand that the nucleus is the family. These guys already have that. All they need is those extras, where it be the leadership training, the opportunity to get into the next job, whether it be the help of food on a weekly basis. Sorry, Orange County is a very noisy place this day. 1 second. Coming to you live and real. And I could not be more thankful to be able to be a part of that, because I am learning and I'm seeing the humility of these families, and they're constantly bringing me to be more humble. That's where I want to volunteer. That's where I want to be a monthly donor. So as a result, I did become a monthly donor, and I'm so thankful to do so. And because I know that my regular donation is putting these people, giving to these people the resources that they need to transform their lives, because they already have the most important things. Oh my gosh, I'm going inside where we do not have planes. Sorry. So, okay, much better. So yes, that's why I decided to be a monthly donor. With that, I have a lot of opportunities to work with a lot of great business people. One of them that I just ran into, I forgot her first name real quick, but her last name is Tran. I just jumped into a call and she told me, Chrissy, what do you want to be known for? And that left me speechless. What I want to be known for is for the engagement that I'm able to have with communities, with people, to help transform them, as well as they're transforming me. And be honest, I'm the one who's always coming out owing them more than that which they owe me. So thank you for the opportunity to be a monthly donor. And also for all of you who are thinking this, besides the personal impact that it has on people, I want to remind you that it has an incredible impact on your organizations, because these are the values you want to see in your employees. Bring them to be volunteers. and you're getting that free training. The leadership training that you get just from watching the relationship they have with each other. I cannot tell you how much I have learned from people, and thank you so, so much, because everything I'm applying in my own work, and these are the same principles that I am learning from the ground and the work that I'm doing. So it is free leadership training for everybody in your staff. It is free training for them to go ahead and be able to work together, opportunities to look at team building as well. Great opportunity for team building. And if you want to make your organization important in the neighborhood, you have to invest in your neighbors. So bring your organization to its neighbors. Let's see you out there. Start as a volunteer, go into monthly donating. I was a little bit nervous when Chelsea asked me, hey, do you want to do this? Likewise, Lindsay, do you want to speak to our donors? Because I was like, well, me personally, I don't know what Chelsea thinks about what I'm about to say. So I didn't say anything. And then Chelsea went ahead and said, Chrissy, we want people to be our monthly donors. Yes, we love large contributions. Thank you so much for anybody who can do that. But this is a relationship of love. And so what we're really looking for is that opportunity to be in a regular commitment, whatever you are able to go ahead and do. But being a part of the family, being a part of being able to allow this to transform you, and likewise, you transforming it and growing with the organization. I was like, oh, thank God, Chelsea, because that's what I was thinking. So it's so great to see that they're already on that journey. So with that, I hope that you likewise have the most wonderful experience that I've had. It's a learning process. It's a growing process. So it's great to be able to be a part of this launch and see how the organization will grow with it and how we will likewise be transformed by its changes. And I love that you guys are constantly dynamic and looking for ways to be better because you can see it in everything you do. And absolutely, welcome to the donor family.
Thank you so much, Chrissy. That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you for being on this call with us and sharing your story and trusting us with all of these changes. I know as donors, it might not be so fun to see big changes like this happening, but to have such an amazing donor base that trusts us to make these changes as we invest in that monthly donor community is really amazing. So thank you for being here and thank you for sharing that.
Absolute pleasure.
Amazing. Alrighty, so as part of our investment into our Giving Children Hope community, we're really looking on expanding the events that we do. This past year, we had our first big fundraiser in a few years that went off very, very well. So we're really looking to build off of that momentum and keep those events coming, keep welcoming people into this community. So a few events that we have coming up this year in April, on April 30th, we're having our first ever Women in Leadership Forum. This is something that we are very, very excited about. We are getting a panel of female leaders within the Southern California community, getting them in one room and having a panel discussion about how they came to find their success, how they navigated expectations and dynamics, and how they found growth in their respective fields. We're going to have roundtable discussions with other women in the community so we can all help each other grow, so we can network. Women in leadership, it's a very exciting thing, and I'm very proud of our organization for launching this, and hopefully this is the first of many. And that is live right now. So if you want to go to our website, buy tickets, monthly donors do get 50% off. So tickets are $30, but for monthly donors, those tickets are $15, and it should be a very exciting day. Every Friday, as we've touched on, we have our Friday distribution. We have about 30 volunteers that will come to our campus that will help us sort through the produce that we get from our grocery partners. So they sort those products, they put them into bags, and then we load those directly into the cars of the families that we serve. It's a really fun Friday. We have great music playing. It's really nice to just see so many people come together within this community to help serve the families that we serve. And finally, on October 19th, we are having our second annual Join the Journey fundraiser. This past year, we invited guests to come and learn more about our organization. We took them through those 3 pillars that we touched on earlier and really expanded into our programs. And we are thrilled and excited to be doing that same event again this next year to hopefully welcome some people who have never heard about us before, more donors, more volunteers, anybody that's just looking to get further involved with our organization. So we'll be sending out save the dates for that next month. So keep an eye out for those. All righty, everybody, as we near the end of our time, we just invite you to be a part of this monthly giving community. $25 a month can feed a family for the weekend or a child for the entire month. $25, we did the math yesterday, that is 32 meals for that family. And $100 a month can feed a family for the entire month. So it's not really a matter of how many can we feed here, but how many families can we feed as a community? So we have that QR code right there at the top of the screen. If you want to scan it, we've been really working hard on this new campaign page, this new website. So even if you just want to go and take a peek at that, we would love to have you there. If you have any questions for us at all about our monthly giving community, I have my email there at the bottom. I am so open to answering questions, to continuing that conversation about why this is important for us. So I just want to thank everybody here. I think we might have some questions in the chat, Chelsea.
Yeah, if you have questions, feel free to type them in the chat. We'd love to answer them now at this time. You could send them to me privately or put it in the chat for everyone to see.
Of course, thank you to everybody for being here. Thank you to our monthly donors who are already enrolled that joined this call today. We're so grateful that you are standing by us through this transition, and we're really excited to be sharing this with you today. Right.
Chrissy, wow, thank you so much for your offer to increase your monthly donation amount as a celebration of the launch. We appreciate it.
Chrissy, that's amazing. Thank you.
For all our current monthly donors on the call, Lindsay will be reaching out to each of you to talk a little bit about the transition. I mean, the change is not much, but we want to make sure you have access to the portal that we have set up for you. And it's going to be really neat. You'll be able to export a report on your own for all the giving that you've done since you joined the portal. Which will be really neat for you to kind of control your own giving, which we're excited about.
Very much. Amazing. Any final words, Pete, Chelsea?
Pete?
You had to find the unmute button. Hey, this is a great community of great people, like-minded people, and we're getting together to change our lives and in the process change the lives of the people around us. So I was taught when I was young that the paradox of love, which is you grow, the more you give from yourself, the more you grow. And that's sort of the paradox of love. The more you focus on others, the more you gain yourself. So we're really based in that paradox of love and building a community of people that are doing that. So we hope you become part of it and teach us what you know too. Thanks.
Thank you all so much. Kathy, Russ, thank you for that. We are so grateful to have you as part of our community, and thank you for that lovely, lovely, kind offer.
We did have a question pop in the chat. Someone is asking about sharing this information with their own network on social media. And so I'll just answer that real quickly. This presentation is recorded and will be uploaded on YouTube to share with those folks that registered but were unable to make it, or you can share it with your family and friends. Additionally, the Rays of Hope link, it's a public link. It's going to be integrated into our website, but you can share it on your socials today. You can tag Giving Children Hope on social media. You can find us on LinkedIn, Instagram and Facebook. And we'll be sure to send a follow-up email with the presentation and resources for you as well.
Well said.
Awesome. So for those folks that are still here, if you feel comfortable, we would love to invite you to turn your camera on and we can take a group photo. That would be super awesome. We'll just take a quick screenshot to celebrate the time. But no worries if you're calling in. Hi Ross, hi Kathy.
Hi, Russ and Kathy. Ellie, hello.
Awesome. Very cool. Thank you for participating. Whether you're in the
all.
car, at the gym, whatever, we accept you as you are, right? So turn on that video.
What a lovely group of people we have here. So many beautiful faces.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and Sam, can you lead us in a countdown and snag that screenshot?
Right. So everybody kind of hold your smile for 2.5 seconds. All right, ready? Ready, set, smile. Awesome. I got it. Thank you guys.
Thank you, everybody, so much for being here. We are so grateful to be sharing this new branding with you all, and we can't wait to take you on this journey with us.